Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre. They'll get reacts, reviews, and off times reminiscences. Today we're doing Schattenvald. Never heard of them before, and they've been going for donkey's years. So just go show you. We know it's impossible to listen to everything and be aware of everything, but nonetheless, I'm pretty sure I've never heard these before. Before now, that is. I've bought the album, so. And I've picked what is probably the most infectious track from this album, which I don't think is recent, without going and reading it. I think it's remastered or re-released bits and bobs. But yes, don't take my word for it. If you're interested, read it. But anyway, let's crack on. I've been a bit lazy of late and not done this for a while, but let's try and get back into it yet again. Let's go. So, as is often the case, a folky motif in black metal makes it catchy than a catchy thing. No antibiotics will touch it. It just grabs you straight away and enthuses you, and if you have dancing feet, probably gets them a dancing too, with clogs on. I'm just as I want to do a stare at the Bandcamp page, if that's where I'm sourcing the audio from, which usually always is, because I've normally always bought the record I'm about to do, and I've got a snowy backdrop. It's just taken me back to in late winter this year, when I was on the Bernina Express going across the Alps, and the glitter of the snow catching the sunlight. It's taken me back. Anyway, never mind that. Yes, let's listen to a bit more, because I lost my train of thought. It's interesting when bands use a folk motif in their songs, and on this album not all of them do. In fact, this is probably the most prominent, folkiest of the whole lot, but how they're immediately familiar, but still a little bit different, depends on where they come from. I mean, these when they use folk motifs in British or black metal, particularly English black metal, well, either of the make-up nations of the UK, the folkish elements are always different, depends on where they come from, by and large distinctly when they're Scottish, or Welsh, or English, or Irish, if we include the British Isles as a whole. So here this is, I won't say distinctly German because I don't know enough, but certainly if I had to pin the tail on a donkey it would have been somewhere around there. And again, it's quite distinct from Polish folkish black metal, and certainly Finnish and more northern climed black metal, but almost universally it's infectious. By and large, I mean there are times when it's not, but by and large it does get you hooping and hollering if you're so minded to do so. One thing I've noticed on this track, and in various degrees on the other tracks on this album, is the keyboards on here are very subtle in the sense of they are well back in the mix, but still prominent enough for them to give a little bit of an otherworldliness about them, not in a cosmic sense, but in a fairy sense, fairy tale sense. You do get that little bit of the hint at other stories that are maybe human. Again, I'm talking fairy folk type stuff, rather than aliens and the like, but or animals. But it does add to the storytelling. I know it's just a fairly straightforward track, but it still has that well, sing-along nature to it. We can all do with that every now and again, I'm sure. So there you go. If you start your day with music like that, then what can go wrong? Glorious stuff. As I say, it just puts a smile on your face, and albeit it didn't finish on the folky motif, and sound a little bit darker. It didn't take away from the fuse of nature of it at all. Yeah, and the rest of the album is just different to that, but it's still thoroughly enjoyable. So yeah, go and buy it if you want. Anyway, clicky bollocks. Catch you all next time. Cheerio.